Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? How you guys doing? What's up? Let me swap over to the other screen because the session will start in like a few minutes. Uh, I guess I'm ready for another Mercedes pole position, although Norris seems to be very quick, on the one lap pace. So McLaren maybe can be on pole, but I don't know. We will see. And usually Aston Martin is once again very slow. I think they were like once again over a second slower than Perez, who is in P20 or finished in P20 during the last practice session a few hours ago. And I think it's projected that they are going to be like 4.7 or 4.8 seconds slower than the front runners. So it's crazy how slow Aston Martin is going to be. I'm kind of interested to see how the Racing Bulls do, because they did bring like 4 upgrades to the car, I think. So we will see how they perform, And well, we got the 2 Audis, P8, P9 in the previous session. Not bad. Not bad, definitely not bad. And Ocon is not doing so well. Like, he finished P19 in the last practice session, and I don't know, he might actually be replaced. Like, there was some rumor a few months ago, like 1 or 2 months ago, that he might be replaced by someone. I don't know who, but there was a rumor that he's going to be replaced for next season, and yeah, like, I can see that happening. Not gonna lie, But yeah, it was Antonelli who ended up winning the practice session, or setting the fastest lap time during the last practice session. And then Norris, Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Piastri, Hülkenberg, Bortoleto, and Hedjar. Yeah, Hedjar was the 10th driver who had he finished P10. And then, of course, we got the others. Albon, Sainz, Bottas. That lap time was not bad from Bottas, to be honest. Like, he was ahead of Sainz, Ocon, and he was close to Albon as well, I think. Like, it's crazy how much Cadillac improved, in terms of the pace of the car. But it might not be enough, to beat Aston Martin, because Aston Martin has that 1 point, so very possible that it's not going to be enough, unfortunately, for a P10 finish in the Constructors' Championship. And it might be a McLaren on pole, but we did see this before, that McLaren is doing really, really well during qualifying. And then, they just simply don't have the race pace to actually win. But, we will see. We will see. They're getting ready. The cars. Yeah. Of Russell. And of course, Antonelli leads the championship. Russell is very lucky. Actually, it's kind of a mixed bag, I guess, because he also had some really bad luck this season. When he retired from Canada and stuff like that. But at the same time, he's still only like 20-something points from Antonelli, So it's not lost yet. Verstappen. Yeah, there is some crazy rumor going around that Verstappen might be going to McLaren and swapping places with Piastri. That would be kind of interesting to see, if that would actually happen. But I don't know. Like, I don't know how long Verstappen has a contract. I think it's actually this season, right? Or maybe 2030 or something like that. Like, I remember at some point he agreed to like some crazy long contract with Red Bull, But there has to be a way to, buy himself out of that contract or something like that, 20 seconds until the session starts. And they are showing Piastri right now. It would be interesting to see Piastri, you know, in Red Bull, and to see Verstappen in the McLaren. But I don't know if that's going to happen, you know. It seems a bit, I don't know, extreme. I just simply cannot imagine Verstappen in any other team other than, you know, Red Bull. But I can definitely imagine that Piastri would want to leave McLaren, you know, after what happened last season. It's one of the Aston Martins leaving the pits, and a Cadillac in the background. I did not see who it was. But yeah, I can definitely imagine that Piastri would want to leave McLaren for a different team. But, you know, there are not many cars that can win, especially this season. So you know, you either stay where you are, or, I don't know, you go to another team that's not winning. You don't really have many options. Both of the Ferraris are ready. Let me check who is out on the track on the... Okay, it's Bottas, Perez, and Stroll. Stroll... It's kind of weird, because it's showing the Stroll is on used tires. Kind of strange. It's showing that he's on 4 laps old soft tires. Like, either the graphics are wrong, or they are just doing a outlap, you know, and then coming back to the pits. Did Audi change their car? It looks very weird, you know, on the sideboard. I don't remember it looking like that, but it's very extreme. I don't know if Aston Martin has, you know, made any upgrades for this race weekend, unfortunately, but I do know that several teams did, like Racing Bulls did bring 4 upgrades to this weekend. They are doing really well, I have to say. So they are really bunched up, you know, Perez and Bottas and Alonso, I guess, or Stroll. Yeah, like, also they are trying to tow each other, it seems like that's the case. Because, you know, Bottas and Perez is very close to each other, and it's possible that Bottas will try to give slipstream to Perez, and then they will do the opposite next lap. Yeah, it seems like that's the case. Yeah, because they are pushing. I mean, the Aston Martin is also not that far ahead, you know. So these 3 are very close together, and of course the other... everyone else is leaving the pits now, yeah. The other cars are also departing the pits. Man, at some point I need to get back into the F1 manager career to continue with Cadillac. Let's see the lap times. Oh wait, let me yeah, let me do that. This website is making like some noises when there is things happening, like someone set a lap time and there was a weird noise, so I just turned it off. My bad. So yeah, it's going to be one of the Aston Martins in front for a bit. But never mind, where did he go? Never mind, it's Perez and Bottas. So yeah, Perez was faster than Bottas, but as I said, I guess they're trying to pull each other, you know, or Bottas tried to pull Perez. And it worked. Like, there is a pretty big differential lap time. Holy shit, like 0.7 of a second. That's a very big gap. Verstappen is also out on the track. Norris is still in the pits. He's waiting, it seems like. And Hamilton, yeah, like he had a accident in the last practice session. The same place where Gasly had his crash. It was literally the exact same incident, but it was not as bad, you know. Yeah, Bottas is 0.7 slower than Perez because of the slipstream stuff. But I guess they're going to come out again and, you know, reverse the roles or something. Verstappen starts his flying lap into turn 1. Or maybe he went a bit, yeah, I think he went a little bit wide. Did not hit the apex perfectly. A lot of other drivers are on their push lap now. Like, you know, Russell as well, I think. Berman, Gasly. $11 minutes to go. Antonelli, fastest first sector, not a surprise, I suppose. Russell is, yeah, like Russell is kind of struggling, you know, I have to say. Which happened a few times this season, you know, when he just simply could not put the lap together during the practice sessions. So it might be another one of those race weekends when he's struggling. Antonelli he still has the fastest first sector. Let's see the second one. In a few seconds, he will cross the detection point. Okay, he's green. I guess maybe Verstappen has the Gasly goes in front of everyone. I mean, Perez and Bottas, because they are the only ones who set a lap. Colapinto behind him, very close, 2 tenths away, and Verstappen almost 1.7 seconds faster than Gasly. Let's see, Antonelli, second place. Yeah, he loses out to Verstappen by almost 4 tenths, and Russell, he is, yeah, I mean, he's not that far from Antonelli, you know. Almost half a second from Verstappen though, but it was just the first lap, so, you know. Berman, P5, Ocon, P7, Alonso P... Wait, what? Alonso P11, but there is no number to his name for some reason. On the official stuff, never mind, there is now. He's P12, yeah. He's going to get further and further down as more and more drivers set their lap. Lawson P5, Lindblad P2. Very good. Yeah, like Racing Bulls did bring a lot of upgrades, so Portoleto P7, Leclerc P4, Lawson P6, and Hülkenberg P11, Norris, Hamilton, Piastri, Hedger, and Stroll did not set a lap yet. Hedger is coming around the final corner now. And he goes second place. Wow. Okay. That was very quick. Norris fastest first sector, or actually second sector. Yeah, like he was very fast so far this weekend. They seems to be, you know, yeah, he goes first. Yeah. Almost a tenth ahead of Verstappen. But yeah, this happened earlier, you know, that McLaren is just doing really good in the one lap pace, and then, you know, on the race they just simply can't fight for the win. I mean, they are doing much better when you look at how they were performing at the start of the season, you know, like they were. Oh, wait, Hamilton, we lost a lot of temperature in the garage. Oh. I mean, yeah, he's P10. But yeah, like McLaren made some pretty big steps when you compare them to the first few races of the season, you know, like they weren't even, they couldn't even race. I think they missed the first 2 or 3 races or something like that. It was very, very bad. Like, of course, they are not going to defend, you know, the championship. Norris is not going to defend his championship this season, but maybe by the end of the season they can win a race or 2. Lindblad, P4, very good stuff. And Lawson is also coming back to the pits, yeah. He's P9. Around 3/10 slower than Lindblad. But I guess maybe Lindblad was behind, you know, on the push lap. Like how it was for Perez and Bottas. What's the gap between... Oh yeah, you can see the the massive gap. Like Stroll is almost a second from Alonso. Like, dude, that shit is crazy. That's crazy. And yeah, like Alonso is 1.5 seconds away from the Cadillacs. And the Cadillacs are very close to Ocon, as you can see. Perez is only 2.5 tenths away from Ocon. That's not bad at all. Hamilton, P10, Bortoleto, Sainz, Gasly, Berman, Hülkenberg, and Albon. Yeah, like for Albon, I guess the only drivers who are dangerous, you know, for P16 is Colapinto and maybe Ocon. And that's it. Like, of course, Perez, Bottas, Alonso, Stroll, they are not going to do anything. Antonelli is leaving, Bottas is leaving, yeah. A lot of drivers are leaving the pits. Yeah, Norris also getting ready for the last, you know, push. Piastri as well. Less than 5 minutes to go of Q1. Yeah, everyone is leaving the pits, you know, to set one more lap at least. Everyone. Antonelli is going to be the first one though. I think that might be Russell behind him on the track. But I think they are, you know, safe. I don't think they are going to be falling out of Q1 with those lap times. Everyone is leaving the pits. Stroll as well, but I don't know why. Like, dude, he's almost a second slower than Alonso. Why would you even bother? You know, why? Like, I don't see any reason for them to attempt qualifying. You know, because they are now over a second slower than the Cadillacs. Alonso is 1.5 seconds slower than Bottas. Yeah, Antonelli starts his lap. Like, I don't... Like, if I have to bet, then I would bet on Antonelli for a pole position, but, you know, maybe I will be wrong. Because maybe Verstappen can steal the pole, or Norris, you know. Norris, Verstappen, and Hedger are in the pits, you know. I mean, that makes sense. There is no reason for them to go out again, you know. Russell is also pushing. He's slower in the second sector, it seems like, yeah. On the first one, sorry. First sector, yeah. Almost just 1 minute to go for the session. I mean, everyone can finish their lap, you know, like, it's alright. And Antonelli coming around the final corner, and let's see where he ends up. He ends up, actually, P5 still. Russell, P4. Sainz is going to be the next. Perez overtakes Ocon, but I guess Ocon is also going to set a new lap. Both Cadillacs are in front of Ocon. Sainz P12. Lindblad P5. What about Lawson P9? Ocon P18, yeah. And Behrman P13. Leclerc from P7, he's going to go up to P6. Overtakes Antonelli. Alonso P21, you know. Albon P14. Piastri, he's doing the last corner now. Race to the line, and he P8, stays P8. Hülkenberg from P16 to P12. Hamilton from P10, he's going to go up to P4, actually. Wow, okay. Gasly from P16 to P12. And Colapinto, final corner. P17 to P13, very good. Stroll is 3 seconds slower than Behrman, yeah. He's going to... I mean, at least he was a lot closer to Alonso, you know. Like less than 2/10 of a second to Alonso. But Alonso was over 2 seconds slower than the Cadillacs. Like, that's insane. Like, being 2 seconds slower than P20, you know? That's actually fucking insane. Seems like the race is very well attended, you know, the race weekend so far. A lot of spectators on the seats, everywhere on the track. I mean, yeah, I guess Ocon is very disappointed because he was far away from Albon and Behrman. Only P18, but he was very far, like almost 7/10 slower than Albon. What a good lap. or not a great qualifying, or not a good season for him, to say the least. But yeah, it's Norris who wins ahead of Verstappen and Hedger. But yeah, like they didn't, try a new lap. They didn't go out. They just simply sit in the pit, waited for the session to end, because why would they? Like that lap time is going to be enough. So that made sense that they simply did not go out again. But yeah, Hamilton improved up to P4. Russell as well, Lindblad, Leclerc, Antonelli, Piastri, and Lawson are the top 10. Oh yeah, and now that I'm looking at the number of Hülkenberg, or his name, I just realized that he actually has some rumor going on that his place might be overtaken by Sainz. But I don't know if that's true. Like, I guess Sainz is not very happy with Williams, because they are nowhere. Especially when you compare it to last season, and once again they are very far behind. Yeah, there was this rumor that Hülkenberg might be left without a seat, or might be out of Audi if Sainz agrees to that offer, or I don't know what's going on. But Hülkenberg said that his place is very much safe, within the team. But anything can change. Like I don't think anyone expected Hamilton to go to Ferrari, at the end of 24. So anything can happen, because I think that also happened after Hamilton signed with a contract extension with Mercedes, for 2025, and then suddenly they announced that Hamilton is going to go to Ferrari. Like Sainz did have a chance to go to Audi earlier, but he chose Williams, which I guess made sense at that time, because Williams was a lot better than what they are now. Like in 2025, Williams was a lot better than Sauber. But I mean, they're still better than Audi, I guess. I mean, they have more points, right? Yeah, they have 11 points. Audi has 6. So but not bad from Audi, Like they are not actually a brand new team, but they produce their own engine, So they are doing very good, in my opinion. Although it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen in the next few years with them, because there is a lot of talks about, the V8 engines coming back, and Audi wants turbo engines, but F1 doesn't want turbo engines, So this might be very bad for Audi, because they spent a lot of money on this project. I mean, developing a engine is not easy and cheap for Formula One. Like that's a very expensive thing to do, and not even mentioning that they purchased Sauber. They hired so many new personnel. Upkeeping a F1 team is not cheap, and yeah, like I don't know if they are going to stay, because the financial situation is not good for European car makers, to say the least. Not just for European, not just for European car brands, but for Japanese as well. Like, I mean, look at Honda last season, or not last season, but last year. I think Honda lost money. Like even Honda losing money, bro. Like that's insane. As a company, they lost money for the first time in like 60 years or something. That's actually insane. So, like at this point, I think Porsche was smart to to not buy into Red Bull, you know, in the end. Because there was, a few years ago, there was this big rumor that Porsche actually will purchase like 50% of Red Bull. But eventually they ended up backing out, thankfully. Yeah, Hamilton in the car. Like, I don't know when these Turbo Attack packs release, you know, like sometimes I buy a few pack here and there, you know, these driver cards. I think I have like 2 from 2024 and a bunch, like 4 or 5 packs from 2025, you know. I definitely want to get some stuff from this season as well, you know. Yeah, Q2 is already underway, but everyone is waiting for the other driver, I suppose. Yeah, it seems like that's the case. Everyone is waiting for the other to go out. Yeah. So it's going to be the, okay, a Alpine. Both Alpines are out on the track. Actually, yeah, everyone is leaving, yeah. No one is waiting around. Yeah, the 2 Ferraris at the back. Yeah, everyone is departing the pits now to start their laps. I think this is Russell, right? Yeah. There is a bit of a traffic jam at the end of the pit lane, it seems like. Yeah. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Bortoleto jumped in front of Piastri, I think that was. And there is Hülkenberg still in the pits, you know, because he actually cannot leave right now because there is a big pile of cars stopped in the pit lane. It's 2 Racing Bulls, Norris, and the 2 Ferraris. Of course, everyone is on the soft tires, so. So who will be the... Oh yeah, it's going to be the 2 Alpines who set a lap time first. I don't know if it's Gasly, Colapinto, or Colapinto, Gasly. But we will see in a minute or 2. Because they still did not begin their laps, you know, like they are still warming up the tires. There was some crash maybe at like one of these corners in the sprint race of F3 or F2 or something. Like there was some stuff on the track. Looked like someone was leaking oil or something, you know. Okay, so it's Gasly and Colapinto. Well, actually, no, Colapinto and Gasly. Yeah, Antonelli's on the push lap now. The same for Colapinto and Gasly. Russell is also pushing Behrman as well, you know. I mean, I think Antonelli is going to be the fastest, but we will see. Edger is also pushing now. Yep, Russell is slower than Antonelli. Indeed. It was turn 11 or something, I don't know. Turn 12 now for Antonelli. 10 minutes to go. Turn 14. There is Russell. Oh, he was kind of close to the gravel there. Like it's a very dangerous spot to make a mistake, you know. Like if you put the tire on the gravel, it's going to pull the entire car off the track. So, into the wall. Okay, Gasly goes first ahead of Colapinto. Antonelli goes first, and now let's see Russell if he can improve or go faster than Antonelli. And he does not, okay. Like, oh yeah, over half a second slower than Antonelli. Behrman P5 for now. Sainz P16 right now, but let's see where he ends up. P5. Verstappen fastest second sector. Okay, this is Hajar, I think. Yeah, P9. Up to P3. Let's see, Verstappen. P2. Not bad. But very far from Antonelli's lap time. Like, goddamn, over 4 tenths away. Piastri. P3. Okay, Lindblad. He goes up to P3. And Lawson. P8. That was not a good lap, yeah. Not a good lap from Lawson. Doesn't look like that he's doing well this weekend. Norris up to P2. How far was he? Like he's still over 3 tenths away from Antonelli. Leclerc P2. And Hamilton P4. Hülkenberg P13. So everyone set their lap time now. Yeah, that was a very good lap from Antonelli. That was a very damn good lap. Like, Russell is over half a second away from his lap. So, yeah. I mean, there is plenty of time, you know, like over 7 minutes to go. So they will have plenty of time to do another lap. I guess yeah. So Antonelli is saying that the balance came together a bit nicer, or much nicer than before. So I guess they changed something on the setup or something. Although it's limited, I think, as to how much you can modify your car because of, you know, Parc Fermé. But yeah, Lawson is not doing so well this weekend. Much slower than Lindblad. He's also over half a second slower than Lindblad. But, you know, he was not far from the lap time of Bortoleto. So there is a chance that he can get into the top 10, of course. But yeah, they have a lot of upgrades on the car today. Or this weekend, you know. So I hate this pit entry so much in the F1 games. It's so easy to crash into the wall, you know. Happened a few times. Because if you take the turn too tight, then you will hit the inside wall with the rear tire. Yeah, both Racing Bull cars return. And everyone else, of course. But we will see them out on the track again at least one more time, you know, for the final push. But it's going to be close between Lawson and Bortoleto. Like, I guess we can also count on Gasly or, you know, Hülkenberg, Colapinto. Although Colapinto is very far from Bortoleto's lap time, though. A second. I don't know if he can improve that much. Like, they will, I suppose, improve if they can pull off a great lap, but I don't think Colapinto can. make it to the last part of qualifying, but I think Lawson, Gasly and Hülkenberg has a chance. Both Ferraris are back in the pits as well. And everyone as well, yeah. Antonelli, Leclerc, Norris, Hamilton, Verstappen, Lindblad, Piastri, Russell, Hedger, and Bortoleto. Bortoleto is doing really well this season. Like, he made big steps, in my opinion, you know. Like, he's not having an easy time against Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg is a very experienced driver, and he's fast, so, you know, not easy to beat him, but he's doing well against him, in my opinion. And it will be interesting to see if that rumor about Hülkenberg is actually true, that he might be replaced by Carlos Sainz for next season for, you know, Audi. Yeah, preparing to leave once again. Yeah, indeed, everyone is leaving their pit box on brand new tires. Yeah. Piastri as well. Yeah, once again, there is a bit of a traffic jam. Bortoleto needs to be very careful because he almost ended up hitting, I think that was Piastri. Oh, they're changing the steering wheel for Hamilton. Actually, no, Hamilton gets out of the car. Yeah. So I guess he's not going to go out. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's going to go out again. Maybe they're changing the seat. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that it's safe or it's fine, you know. But, you know, Verstappen and Antonelli is in the pits. So I guess they are going to be safe, you know, along with Leclerc, Hamilton. But yeah, Hamilton will definitely not go out this session again, I think. They took out the steering wheel and Hamilton got out, so I guess they are changing the seats or something. I don't know, or the seat, you know. Leclerc did go out for some reason once again. I don't know why. Like, he has to be safe, you know. Unless they maybe changed the front wing settings or something. Hedger is going to start his flying lap now. He's currently P9, but I think he will make it to the last part of qualifying. Gasly is also on a push lap. He's going to be behind Hedger. And then we will have Colapinto. So it's Gasly who drags Colapinto behind now, yeah. It seems like that's the case. So Colapinto might actually have a chance to make it maybe to the last part. Because he's going to be the one who gets slipstream from Gasly. He's improving on his first sector so far. Less than a minute to go. Of this. Oh, there was something running in the gravel. What the fuck was that? I just noticed. Something was like running in the gravel out of turn 14 or 13. What the fuck? Like, I guess a bunny or something, I don't know. Or a rabbit, you know. He had your final corner. Let's see where he ends up. He's still P9. Wow. I think he improved, but not enough. Colapinto. Actually, Gasly. Yeah, Gasly P12. Colapinto. He ends up... Okay, he improves, but he's P13. Much closer to Gasly, but yeah. Sainz. P15. Russell. P8. Wow. That was not a good lap. Behrman P16. Lindblad. Leclerc is starting his... or did he? Okay, never mind. He did not. Lindblad P6. And who is this? Bortoleto? Yeah, it is Actually, no, it's Hülkenberg. Only P14. Bortoleto. I guess he doesn't improve. Lawson P11. Doesn't make it. Piastri P7. I mean, yeah, he already lifted. There is no reason to finish this lap. Yeah. He's safe. Because both Alpine cars are, now going to return to the pits. So yeah, it was not enough from Lawson. Like, he was very close to Bortoleto. But it's not enough, yeah. It is not enough. But, Lindblad goes through in P6. Very impressive stuff. And yeah, they might also replace Lawson next season with Nikola Tsolov. That was one of the rumors that he might be replaced for next season. I mean, he's not a bad driver. It's just simply that's how it is in racing balls. There is always going to be another. Oh, someone stops. Hülkenberg stops on the track. It seems like, yeah, some car problem. It seems like, so it's possible that's why he did not improve, because he was having car issues. I think this is before Pujon. Yeah, before turn 10. Like, there is no fire or smoke or anything like that. It's just the car stopped. Oh, that's bad, because it's rolling while he's trying to stop the car. Because, the track is kind of like going down. And the car started to roll forward. And the start of Q3 will be delayed because of this. Like, they should be quick to, remove the car, because it can be pushed. It doesn't seem like there is anything wrong with it. From the outside, no damage. Yeah, I mean, the car is already behind the barriers. So what happened? He's just going and accelerating, and then boom, something happens. Yeah, he just simply slows down and then pulls to the side. Oh, so sorry, Nico, we need to stop the car. We have a hydraulic. Okay, so they didn't wanted to leak that stuff all over the track, but they have a hydraulic leak. That's what the engineer told Nico. And I guess if he finished the lap, they would have, sprayed the whole track with that. I mean, there is a chance that he did spill something on the track. But yeah, it's possible that this is why he could not improve. I mean, what was his sector time? 38.892 compared to Bortoleto's 41. Oh, okay, that's the last. Yeah. So the best one for Hülkenberg was actually a bit faster than Bortoleto. But he lost a lot of time in sector 2 and 3 as well. Yeah. Lost a lot of time in sector 2. So So I don't know if this leak or this car problem interfered with this, if he was kind of slower than Bortoleto because of this. I mean, to be honest, he was not that far from Colapinto. Almost 3 tenths, but, is what it is, P14 for him. And Antonelli, it's looking very good for him, I have to say. I think there is a pretty big chance that he's going to win this. Pretty big chance. Although Norris is very close to Leclerc, yeah, and Hamilton is not that far as well. Verstappen, Lindblad, like, that's crazy that Lindblad is up there in P6, He's not far from Verstappen at all. Piastri is very close as well, Russell. There is a bit of a gap between Russell and Hedjar, and Bortoleto as well, of course. But that's understandable, So I guess this session will be delayed by like, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes or something. I guess they want to check out if there is anything on the track before they start Q3 because of this leak. Yeah, a lot of people on the grandstands. It's always packed, I guess, Yeah, it's always packed. Like, I've never been to a F1 race yet. I don't think I ever want to, because, I think you can see a lot more from the TV than what you can see on the track, And it's also like, bro, the food and stuff like that is so expensive. Like, it's insane how expensive the food and everything is at the track. Not just the food, of course, but, drinks, beer, or any other drinks. Okay, 2 minutes and the session will start. I would actually be surprised if this was not a Antonelli pole position. Like, of course, he can make a mistake and, fuck up his lap, but I think that's not going to happen. You 1 minute and 30 seconds until the next. Until the start. There is some picture with Alonso. That's like Jesus Christ, One of those guys on the grandstand had that. A picture of Jesus, but it was like Alonso, .30 seconds until the session starts. So far, no accidents, no crashes or mistakes. At least we did not see anything. on the live feed, you know. Yeah, Audi has a very weird sidepod. I just saw that. That's a very strange sidepod. Yeah, everyone is leaving the pit. You got a Racing Bulls, Ferrari, McLaren. And there is, I guess, one of the Audis causing some mayhem or a traffic jam. Yeah. Bortoleto almost ended up causing a crash between the McLaren and the Ferrari of Lando Norris and Hamilton. That's going to be, who is that, Verstappen or... Oh, okay, that's Hedger. He's going to be the first driver to set a lap, and then Verstappen. Or maybe that's it. Okay, yeah, that's going to be, I think, Verstappen, and not the Racing Bulls of Lindblad. Verstappen has a pretty cool helmet at this race. It's kind of like a golden, orangish. So Piastri, yeah, like Bortoleto was, he kind of forced himself onto the pit lane, you know. Or between one of the Ferraris and Piastri. I think that was Leclerc and Piastri. Okay, so Hedger starts his lap right now into turn 1. I don't think Verstappen can steal this from Antonelli, but we will see. He also starts his flying lap. Antonelli is also on a time lap now. So far, it's a clean lap from Hedger, you know. Antonelli is the fastest in the first sector. I guess that's not a surprise, to say the least. Oh wait, what happened? Hedger is going very slow. Is that a car problem or... Yeah, it seems like a car issue. Oi, oi, oi. Did he pull to the side or what happened? Oh, never mind. So why did he abort the lap? I don't understand that. Oh wait, was he told by... Oh, that's nasty. It kind of seems like that Hedger was told by Red Bull to slow down and help Verstappen a bit by dragging him, you know. That's kind of nasty. Yeah, and Hedger came back to the pits without setting a lap. Verstappen goes fastest. 44.984. Antonelli still goes in front of him. Russell, P3. But yeah, it seems like that Red Bull told Hedger to slow down and help Verstappen with some slipstream. So there was no car problem for him. It was just simply a team order. That's kind of cringe. But yeah, Antonelli first, and then Leclerc, he's very close to him. Like, even with that slipstream, Verstappen was simply not fast enough to beat Antonelli. Norris goes fastest. Wow. In the McLaren. And then we have Hamilton P5, Russell. Goddamn, Russell is once again... He's like over 0.3 slower than Antonelli. Piastri is over half a second slower now. Lindblad, Bortoleto, and yeah, Hedjar did not set a lap. Like, he completely had to ruin his own lap, you know, to help Verstappen. Like, of course, it's Red Bull is a one-man team or a one-driver team, you know. That's been the case for like the past, I don't know, 10 years or something, you know. So it's always going to be for Verstappen. And there is nothing wrong with that. Like, that's how many teams operated in the past, you know, like Ferrari, for an example. Everything was for Schumacher. The car was for Schumacher, you know, and Barrichello was just there to help him out. Okay, did Piastri make a mistake? Or what happened? They're showing a replay and... Oh yeah, he did a little bit. Although, I guess he did not lose that much time, you know, like he went on the gravel a little bit. But nothing crazy. He's P7 currently. But yeah, like, a lot of teams used to run things like this, you know, like Ferrari. They did the same in the Alonso era, I guess, you know, everything was for Alonso, and Massa was just there to help him out in case he needed it. Red flag session stopped. Why? What the hell happened? What happened? Why is there a red flag? Is it because of the gravel on the track? I mean, it has to be because everyone is back in the garage, you know, safe and sound. Yeah, okay, so that's yeah. That's why. That's why, because of Piastri, you know, he went on the gravel and kicked up a lot of it onto the track. Yeah, so they have to clean that up a little bit. Ay. And yeah, Mercedes was also like this, you know, when everything was for pretty much for Hamilton, you know, when Hamilton and Bottas were teammates, you know, like Bottas was not there to beat Hamilton, but to be the number 2 to him. And even more of these cases happened in the past, you know, when Nelson Piquet was at the Lotus team, you know. I think it was in the mid 80s, 85, 80s, no, 80, 88 actually, yeah, 1988, and everything was for him and not for his teammate Nakajima. Like, I'm pretty sure that they had a special deal that, you know, Nakajima was not allowed to overtake Nelson Piquet on the track unless Nelson Piquet was having a car issue or something. Like, the entire team existed for him, and a lot of other examples can be said, you know. But that's just how it is, you know. There is no point in trying to make things fair, I guess, in terms of that, you know. When you have the best car, you have to make sure that you win the championship. McLaren should have done that earlier that season. I mean, last season. Eventually they did, at the end, but it was way too close between Norris and Verstappen. Like, if you have the best car, you have to have a number one and the number two driver. There is just simply no other way to go around this, because, if you let both of your drivers race each other, then they will steal points from each other. And that's bad. Because if there is someone else who is kind of close to them in terms of pace, then, well, they might lose the championship. Just like how it was last season, It was way too close between Verstappen and Norris. But to be honest, it should have been Piastri who wins the championship last season, in my opinion, because it's very obvious McLaren ended up interfering with this championship and put Piastri in number 2 spot for that season because of, how long Norris was with them, So of course, if they have the chance to win the title, they would want to give the title to Norris. And they did. But even then, he barely won the championship, so. It was a very unserious championship, in my opinion, Like, it's kind of, I guess it's very hard for Norris in a way, because even if he won the race last season, everyone was chanting Verstappen, during the race or during the podium ceremony. So it's like nothing. It doesn't matter how many times you win the championship. Everyone will, chant Supermax after the race. And it was kind of showing, that Norris doesn't like Verstappen maybe because of this, or he's kind of jealous of him. But, Verstappen is a very popular driver because of all the stuff that he does. Not just because of his skill, but, he goes to other racing series, to the Nürburgring to win. Although I don't think they won. I think they ended up retiring because of a car problem from the 24 hours of Nürburgring. 1 more minute until the pit exit opens again. I think they cleaned up the track nicely, yeah. Yeah. So I guess everyone will jump out onto the track, especially Hajar, because he did not set a lap. So are they going to open the pit exit? I mean, they should. It's 5 o'clock, past 4 minutes. Or 4 minutes past 5 o'clock. And the track was clean. At least that's what they were showing, on the camera feed. They cleaned up the gravel. Okay, yeah, it's open. The pit exit is open. Yeah, like, I think Hajar will stay with Red Bull. Like, there is no point to put anyone else in that car, Because the entire team exists for Verstappen. Like, sooner or later, they have to change that, Because you can't do that forever. Like, the car is just not that good, and Verstappen wants to be in the best car. So, I don't know. But at the same time, if you decide to not put Verstappen first, then he might leave, you know, because he's no longer the number one. Yeah, 5 minutes to go. No one is leaving the track yet. Surprisingly, I was kind of expecting them to just jump on the track immediately. But, you know, everyone is standing by, that's for sure. Yeah, the two Red Bulls are out, the two Mercedes cars, indeed. Is it Verstappen in front or Hedjar? Can't see, I couldn't see the number. The McLaren is getting ready of Norris. Yeah, Norris is leaving. I guess the same goes for Piastri. Yeah, indeed. He's already out. The two Ferraris and Lindblad as well. Exiting the pit lane. But yeah, kind of fun to... So it's Hedjar in front again. So are they going to completely sacrifice Hedjar? Because yeah, it was showing that Hedjar is in front of Verstappen on the track, you know. And then Antonelli. So it's very possible that they might sacrifice Hedjar this session, which would be pretty fucked up, you know, if they do that. Like you're being told that you cannot set a lap because you have to help your teammate to be faster. Like that's outrageous. That's crazy. I mean, to be fair, Perez did make an interview not that long ago, a few days ago, I think, a week ago or something, and he did mention that Horner told him that they are racing with two cars because they have to, you know. Like if there was no rule to run two cars, then they would just run one car because everything is for Verstappen. But of course, Perez knew that he was signing up as a number two, so I don't really understand why he was crying a few months ago that, you know, he was badly treated and shit at Red Bull, you know. Like, you know that you're going to be a number two there. A lot of other drivers went there and, you know, they were a number two to Verstappen, you know, like Gasly or Albon, Perez, and Hedjar as well. Like, everything is for Verstappen. So I don't know why Perez had this fantasy that he would be like a, I don't know, like a, not a number two. Or what was he expecting out of this contract, you know? I mean, both of them are out on the track and they are doing a fast lap now, both Hedjar and Verstappen. Oi, 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 oi. Verstappen turn 10. So far, so good. Sector 1 goes to Russell. Wow, okay. Okay. So it seems like that he might put it together. And once again, Red Bull is completely sacrificing Hedjar. Once again. What a fucking joke. Like, of course, number two drivers exist, but I think Hedjar actually held up Verstappen there. Yeah, that was not good. But what a fucking joke this is. Like, they completely sacrificed Hedger. Like, Verstappen goes first by over a tenth, but I think he was held up by, yeah, like, he was held up by Hedger. I think Hedger went back into the pits. What a joke. Antonelli goes first by 0.3 of a second. Russell P4. Let's see, Leclerc. Can he get into the top 3? No, he can't. P5 for him. Over half a second slower. Hamilton P6. Lindblad, he has the fastest first sector. But only P7, yeah. I guess he made a mistake or something. Yeah. Somewhere. Piastri P7. And Norris is still pushing. Indeed, he is. Actually, never mind. Yeah. He lifted because, yeah, he cannot beat that lap of Antonelli. What a joke this is, bro. They completely sacrificed Hedger's lap time. Okay, someone died in the pit. Who is that? Hedger? Someone's car was parked at the end of the pit lane. It seems like. And yeah, it's going to be Antonelli on pole. I guess that's not a surprise, as I was saying. Over 0.3 faster than Verstappen. But yeah, this has to stop with Red Bull, you know, like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, you are not allowed to set a lap time by your team, because you have to help your teammate. That's a joke. Okay, Lando, replay. Did he make a mistake? Oh yeah, he did. Ooh, that was close. He went wide at the same corner where Hamilton and Gasly crashed. What a joke this is, bro. Like, come on. Like, Hedger starts out like he's actually pushing, and then on the back straight he slows down and waits for Verstappen. But this time he waited a bit too much. You know, so Verstappen got way too close. And I think he actually had to lift. Oops. There is some radio message going on between Verstappen and the team. This has to, bro. Like, they should make this, I don't know. It's kind of understandable, you know, because it's a one-man team or a one-driver team, but this is a joke. And, you know, the funny thing is it was completely worthless, because Verstappen did not get pole. Like, he was still over 0.3 slower than Mercedes. Yeah, what a joke. I mean, that's Formula 1, but goddamn, this is tough. Like, I don't think we've seen this before this season. I don't remember it, you know? That's, you know, Hedger had to slow down. And completely abort his flying laps, so he can help Verstappen with some slipstream. Six pole positions for Antonelli, indeed, yeah. Very good stuff. I'm hoping that he's going to win, you know. Like, he needs this win. He needs this. Russell got a little bit too close. But yeah, it's Antonelli ahead of Verstappen and Norris. Russell P4, Leclerc, Hamilton, Piastri, Lindblad, and Bortoleto, and Hedger. Man, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? From Red Bull. Like, I don't know if there is a line, you know, that you cannot cross in terms of the rules, you know, that you can't have. Like, literally at this point, the only job of Hedger is to get into Q3 and then have Verstappen. Like, that's the only objective for him, you know, not to race or anything, but to help him in qualifying. There has to be a line that you cannot cross, you know. But I don't think Red Bull is going to get like penalized for this or anything like that. Like, I don't know what was happening with the car of Hedger, you know, like he stopped at the end of the pit lane. So I don't know if he broke down or are they waiting his car? I don't know. But yeah, what the hell was this? God damn it. I mean, it was a great qualifying, but I feel bad for Hedger. Like, that's how Formula 1 is, but at the same time, this is fucking retarded, you know. But either way, yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. There is no point in, you know, watching the rest of it because the session ended. So yeah, it's going to be an Antonelli pole ahead of Verstappen and Norris. But yeah, so I don't know, like maybe in half an hour I will come back with some Silent Hunter 3 or something. I don't know, we will see. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's stream and I'll see you next time. So bye bye.